Hi and welcome back to a new episode of Curated Coincidence. My name is Lisa Hollogschwandtner and I'm here today with the man that doesn't need an introduction. I'd like to introduce him anyways. My colleague, Style in Progress founder and editor-in-chief, Stephan Huber. And Stephan, there's a lot of things that the both of us want to talk about today, so I figured it would be best to maybe dive right in. Here in front of us, we have our latest issue, Style in Progress number 99, that we've just launched this January. And that was really focusing on the concept and the topic of realness. Since I'm quite familiar with all of its over 300 pages, I still want to ask you, for all of our listeners, why this topic and why do you think it's right now so important?
Thank you, Lisa, for the introduction. And also welcome to everybody. Yes, realness. Why do we consider this so important? Because I think we need answers to really crucial questions. Questions for our society, questions for our industry. And realness might be the answer. And with issue 99, we started to explore this idea of realness, and we're not framing this as like the ethical choice or the good alternative. So it's not about a moral debate. It's not about, so realness is not a value system. It is a competitive strategy within a platform-driven economy. That's what we feel. So we see it as really as an economic idea for the community we serve with Style in Progress.
I think what was really special and beautiful to see during this whole production process of this issue was that everybody has very personal associations with this term. It's kind of a concept that really unites the industry, don't you think? Or not only the fashion industry, maybe even all creative industries.
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, when you start to think about this word, or it's an idea, you realize that everything what seems to be important for you, or everything what really is kind of what we call a core memory, or not even core memory, also small memories. Everything what we have in mind, what we also like to retell to others, whatever it is, small things, bigger things, in the end, it's always realness. And this is maybe important to understand at the beginning. The realness is not an alternative word for authentic. With realness, we mean this very special quality of personal encounter and personal experience. And this, in the end, is really the core of what we all are doing. And in the end, it's the core of the fashion industry, because everything what is done in the whole supply chain, in the end, there's this one moment where someone is willing to say, okay, I like this so much, and I like it so much in this moment. I like to see me in this. I like the experience that I just have. I'm really willing to pay for it. And that's the reason why I really frame it as an economic idea. And that's also because we are taking this idea of realness also into our upcoming issue 100. And then it will be realness, the economics of trust. And I think this explains very good what I'm talking about, because that's the kind of experience that we all have in whatever it is. Not only in a fashion store. It's the same thing when we have a really great dinner. It's the same thing when we go to a wellness retreat, whatever it is. Trust, and it means trust into human competence, and trust into human creation, and trust into human expertise is key. And what I feel is that this gets even more important in a reality where we are surrounded by so many things where we don't even know anymore if we can trust them. Are they real? Are they alternative real? So in a way, it's a natural reaction to a development from consumer side, and on the other hand, it's something that was always there from the economic side, because it's not that we are inventing now a new system, not at all. We're just looking into something that's already there, and just claiming that we believe for everyone who has not, let's say, algorithmic power or is able to control the platforms, whatever, I really believe that's the alternative. That's really the economic alternative to compete with this. Yeah, compete. For sure, it's always competition. For sure, it's the cent spent for Temu, or it's half a cent, whatever. The cent spent for Temu is a cent that can't be spent somewhere else, for sure. So it's always competition. Yeah. But this is also something that I want to, that we want to explain with this idea of economics of trust. It's not something that we like to put against something. So again, it's not a moral debate, because you don't win people with moral debates. It's about realizing that you can't compete with Temu, Shein, with all them in their field. That's not bravery, that's stupidity. But you can compete when you focus on the strength that totally lies within your system or with your economic idea. And again, this is realness.
You know what I love so much about what you just said? In the world that we're currently living in, I sometimes have a feeling that people try to remove complexity all at once because everything is getting kind of too complex for them. And what you just said is completely the opposite. It's not removing complexity, but it's letting the people deal with the complexity that really have the strength in the fields. Sure. And also, yeah, the human competence that you just mentioned before.
Sure. I mean, life is complex. The world is complex. And I think the idea to remove all the complexity is, I mean, that's for sure. That's the core of everything what's called convenience. And we all use it in a way, yeah. But we have to be aware that in the end, convenience always makes stupid. If you're based on convenience food, you unlearn cooking and you unlearn
even tasting,
competence and tasting and everything. And we unlearned a lot in fashion. We unlearned, let's say, the competence to value a product, or to value, or to judge price and value of a product. And when we're talking about this complexity, I think it's important and to understand it's not about that everybody has to be an expert in everything. Why so?
No, yeah.
It's cool to deal with experts. It's cool to talk to experts. It's I think this is also in a way one of the great qualities, for example, in really good retail. And when I talk about retail, I'm always talking about the core of Style in Progress, because in the end, this is the kind of culture this magazine is made for. And in a way, it's we're kind of even lobbying magazine for this kind of culture. So, but what I mean is this kind of expertise to go to someone into a store and to be treated and served in this expert way, on an empathic level for sure, but also really on knowledge. I really think it makes a difference. I really think everybody of us can recall this kind of experience, and everybody of us will say, oh yeah, this is what I like. And if I spend, I don't know, 1K for a jacket or whatever it is, and I have the choice to spend it in this kind of experience, in this kind of realness experience, or just get it thrown into the garage. I don't know. And understanding this means understanding that there is an economic model to compete or to find a way within this, for sure, total different market reality that we have today compared to 10, 20 years ago.
Definitely, yeah. Coming back to the concept of economy of trust, which sums everything up, retail is then kind of like the place where trust becomes feelable on the one hand, but also, I think you're implying also measurable, right?
Yeah, in a way. I mean, I think to go, for sure, retail is our core, fashion is our core. But again, this is applying to so many disciplines or industries. I think it's very basic human psychology, or even human longing to have this kind of experience, and within this is this big opportunity for physical retail that we as Style in Progress always emphasized, but now we feel so supported by a measurable development. Sounds a little bit crazy, because on the other hand, for sure, we all know what's happening out there, and for sure there's a lot of struggling. There's a lot of struggling caused by multiple factors, but for me the core factor still is that for the last 10, 20, 30 years, realness was kind of eliminated in retail, or because it was about numbers. It was about numbers are important. It was about overconsumption. It was about everything available all the time. And when everything is available all the time, or when even too much is in the market all the time, then the logical reaction is inflation. And what we have in this industry is inflation. And again, what is the answer? The answer cannot be more product and more product. The answer has to be a different idea, which leads back to this idea of realness.
Beautiful, yeah. With our claim being the future is wide open, I really can't let this conversation pass without asking you about the future, Stephan. So maybe we can kind of together look a little bit forward to our issue 100 that will come out this summer. What will it stand for in your words?
First of all, I mean, issue 100 for sure it's a milestone. I mean, no question, it's really a milestone. And yes, I'm in a way proud to have reached this milestone, because, and proud to reach this milestone with a very strong magazine, with a very strong, in a situation or in time where Style in Progress is still moving, is still evolving, is still able to also move others. And in the end, this is based on, for sure it's based on work, and it's based on knowledge, and on very much based on curiosity. Curiosity is maybe the most important. But beyond that, it's based on friendship, on connections, on shared passion, endless talks throughout the years, meeting people, getting ideas from them, transforming these ideas into stories, connecting people with others. In this way, also connecting stories. So that's also that's the process. So it's so developing an issue is not some, I don't know, some
sitting in silence.
Sitting in silence and some abstract thing. No, it's always it's always the essence of these personal encounters, which again leads to, it's the essence of realness. So, and saying this, I'm really proud also that Style in Progress, which is a platform with different multimedia, whatever. So I don't want to make it too big, but what I'm really proud of is that the core still is a physical print magazine, and that the people, the community, the readers value this. That this is what we get back. They say, oh wow, it's good to have this smell, to have this feeling, this touch. Yeah. So this is so okay. So first answer, yes, that's cool. To launch issue 100 in June, on the evening before Pitti, at our pre-Pitti cocktail in Florence, in the Giardino of 25 Hours Hotel. Yes, this will be cool. But it will not be a nostalgia thing. So again, it will be packed with a lot of content. It will be packed with future. and as already discussed, it will take this idea of realness to a next level. We will look deeper into it as an economic idea, which can be applied when we stay with retail. Cool thing is, can be applied to the big concepts, to big department stores. Can be this works for, let's say, Le Bon Marché in the same way. And by the way, they're doing this great. But it also works for this small boutique somewhere in the Salzburg or wherever countryside. And it works for them even maybe in an even more direct way, because they're by nature more direct connected with their direct target group. And this is also something that's happening now, that yes, all of them, also in these small villages, the people are connected to the whole world, and it's not, but they have again, it's a longing for something that touches them in a different way and directly, and again, this is what people want when they are willing to spend money. They don't want just a product, although this was a really good claim in the past, just a product. But it's not about just a product. It's always about an overall, now using another claim that we already have, omnisensoric experience. This is what it's about. And this is, in the end, realness.
Beautiful. You know me now for quite some time. I always love to end conversations with a quite personal question. So if you allow me, I have one for you now. We discussed the claim the future is wide open. What makes you so sure that it still is? What gives you confidence right now? Maybe a little hope even. There are a lot of things, I'm sure. But
yes, I mean, on the one hand, future is wide open doesn't mean that we are blind for what's happening in the present, and what for sure will also have an impact on the future. So that's not just blindsided optimism, no, which would be stupid. But on the one hand, it's a mindset. And the mindset means, with mindset, I mean, if you're facing challenges or problems, I think there are two ways to deal with them. You can say, oh my God, everybody's dying. And or you can say, okay, let's do this. So this means the future is wide open, always is kind of a call to action. Because it's wide open for those who are really willing to shape it, and who are really willing, and to shape it is not everybody can shape the whole world. No, I don't mean this. I mean, but everybody can always improve his or her personal appearance. And again, I'm leading it back to economic, to the economic core of this idea, of this question, because Starting Progress is a business magazine for people who are running a business, for entrepreneurs, for people with entrepreneurial spirit, because many people that don't run their own business still have entrepreneurial spirit. And for all of them, I think this is the claim, because all of them are willing to shape their personal future and to improve. And that's what it's about. And this is what Starting Progress tries to support. And if we're able to do so, then we did a good job.
That's true. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you so much, Stephan, for talking to me.
Thank you also. Hope you liked it.
Definitely. There are a lot of things coming up. As we said, please mark it in your calendar already, our pre-PT cocktail in June in Florence. But until there will be a lot of encounters, and I can't wait to see you again.
Bye.
Bye-bye.